Ever wonder what it was like to eat at college, before fancy food courts and delivery apps? Let's take a trip back in time to the 1960s and 70s, where the college cafeteria was a world of its own. Imagine stepping into a huge, noisy hall. No fast food logos, no ordering from your phone, and definitely no custom-made lattes. Just the sound of trays clattering, the unique smell of mystery casseroles, and a long line of students waiting for whatever the daily special might be. This was the heart of campus life, one plate at a time. First up, the daily special mystery. Every single day, there was a special, but here's the catch. Nobody ever knew what it was until you were right there, staring at it. One day, it could be a surprisingly decent meatloaf. The next, the infamous tuna surprise. Half the fun, and let's be honest, half the fear, was in that big reveal. It was a culinary gamble you took every single day. And how did you carry this mystery meal? Not in a disposable box. Students would grab these heavy-duty, often colorful plastic trays and real metal utensils. That constant clatter of forks and knives hitting the trays was the soundtrack of the cafeteria. It was a loud, chaotic, and wonderfully communal sound that filled the entire hall. A sound you just don't hear anymore. Now, let's talk about the food itself. In the world of 60s and 70s college dining, the casserole was king. Seriously, these one-pan wonders were the backbone of the menu. We're talking baked mac and cheese that could feed an army, hearty green bean casseroles, and all sorts of other baked concoctions. It might not have been gourmet, but it was warm, it was filling, and on a cold day after a long lecture, it was exactly what you needed. Of course, if you wanted something a bit lighter, there was the salad bar. But forget the sprawling buffets of today with dozens of toppings. Back then, salad bars were simple and effective. Picture a long stainless steel trough filled with crushed ice. On top, you'd find the basics. A big bowl of iceberg lettuce, some cherry tomatoes, maybe sliced cucumbers, and if you were lucky, a scoop of cottage cheese or a few different dressings. It was basic, it was fresh, and it was a welcome touch of green. What about drinks? Forget fancy coffee shops. Your caffeine fix came from industrial-sized pots of instant coffee that had been brewing for who knows how long. And for milk? The star of the show was the giant, refrigerated milk dispenser. You'd push your glass against a lever, and out it came. The collective groan when that dispenser sputtered and ran out was a daily drama. Everyone would be eyeing the kitchen staff, hoping they'd wheel out a new one soon. These cafeterias weren't just places to eat. They were the social hubs of the entire campus. You didn't find small private tables. Instead, there were long communal wooden tables with attached benches. You'd slide in wherever you could find a spot, which meant you were always sitting next to someone new. Friendships were sparked right there, over plates of mashed potatoes and jiggly Jell-O squares. You'd debate class topics, plan your weekend, and just connect with people. Unlike today's endless variety, choices were extremely limited. Most cafeterias offered maybe 2 or 3 main options, and that was it. If you didn't like what was on the menu, well, tough luck. Your best alternative was probably heading over to the toast station and slathering some peanut butter on a slice of bread. You learned to be a lot less picky back then. But no meal was complete without dessert. And the desserts were as simple and nostalgic as the main courses. Think brightly colored Jell-O cubes, individual pudding cups, or big slices of sheet cake with a thin layer of frosting. They were cheap, sweet, and absolutely unforgettable. It was the perfect little treat to end your meal. So, how did you pay for all this? No swiping a student ID card. Instead, you used meal tickets or punch cards. At the beginning of the semester, you'd buy a booklet of tickets, or you'd get a card that the staff would punch every time you came in for a meal. Losing your punch card was a legitimate crisis. Finally, there was the end-of-day rush. As closing time approached, A wave of students would hurry in, hoping to snag some extra servings or get a discount on the leftovers. It was a little nightly ritual, a final chance to get a cheap, hearty meal before the kitchen closed down for the night. Looking back, the college cafeterias of the 60s and 70s were about so much more than just food. They were about connection, community, and shared experience. It's where friendships were forged, ideas were debated, and lasting memories were made over those steaming plates and clunky trays. It was a simpler, slower time, but one that so many people remember with a genuine fondness. Thanks so much for taking this trip down memory lane with me. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like this video and hit that subscribe button for more nostalgic journeys. See you in the next one.